much. Alright, so I'm going to skip today's intro today, but still follow me on Twitter, Instagram, of course, as always. Mine's Brighteon, Beachu, Odyssey, Rumble, aka, and I'm Reddit, just in case the channel gets shut down, terminated, God forbid, shadow banned, docs, even worse, hacked, what have you, or deleted from the algorithm. Anyways, as I usually say, my friends, so, yeah, just real quick, I just wanted to mention these 3 lightning round thoughts, views, and opinions. Very super quick, extremely fast, faster than Sonic the Hedgehog, or what's it called, the Flash, or Rainbow Dash. Old school My Little Pony reference, I know. I don't talk about this shit anymore. I haven't talked about this since like 2016 or 17. Well, 6, 7 years, I think. Anyways, yeah, I'm not talking about it at all because it's not even worth doing a video or wasting my breath on this absolute disgusting garbage piece of shit human anyways. I do not care at all. I haven't said her name in like 3.5 years or 4 years on the channel, but if you've been on YouTube for the longest of the longest times, probably since 2011, 2012, maybe early 2013, like for the past 11, 12 years, you know who this is. You know who Leah Michelle is, or better known as Miss, you know who, Miss Wolf. Let's just call her Mrs. Wolf. She ended up getting a bunch of drama with this other YouTube, what's his name? Oh, this dude named Jax Films. He ended up getting a drama with Mrs. Wolf, aka Leah Michelle. I didn't even know what it was for. I think it had something to do with some drama over it because, somebody with 30 million subscribers says, oh, and I gotta give credit to my boy, Mr. Lay It On, aka Steven Silverberg. Gotta give credit to his video. I'll leave the link to his video in the description box below. He talks about it a lot more, and he talks about Markiplier getting a pink eye and a bunch of other stuff. New anime announced. What else? Reason why Twitter is unfortunately going on his deathbed in a grave. Never heard of this other dude, Adam22. So I gotta credit to my boy Steven Silverberg again for talking about it. I'll leave the link to his video down below if you want to check it out to get more into details with that. But I'm not wasting my breath at all on that bitch. Same with another YouTuber I'm not talking about at all, period. Her name is Colleen Ballinger. I know that name's been tossed like a mother effer since last week, Wednesday, Thursday one. Fortunately, those allegations of her grooming her underage children subscribers or kids. There are mainly a lot of little children that watch her videos. I've never watched her videos at all, but I remember way back in the day. I think her better name is Colleen Ballinger. Besides her real actual username, is actually known as Miss Miranda Sings. I remember she used to win by that in 2011, 2012. I give zero fucks at all, period, about talking about her because of somebody I didn't grow up watching. I mean, I watched one clip from her way back when I was like 21, 22. I was already like my third year of college. There was no way in hell I was going to waste a year or 2 years of my life watching that bitch's videos at all because she was like the female version of that dude, Fred. If any people don't know, it's Fred or Smosh or Niga Higa Kev Jumba. Well, not Kev Jumba as much. He's one of those super high-pitched, super annoying-ass fucking voices, but she was like the girl version of that. That's why I never watched any of her videos, but fortunately, yeah, she's gotten a shitload of trouble since last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, of a lot of allegations of her grooming her fans. Just really, really sad as hell. So I'm glad I never grew up with her. It's more like Gen Z. Maybe you guys probably grew up. If I have any Gen Z subscribers or viewers that are watching, you probably know her way, way better than I do, because you probably watch a lot of her videos. Yeah. And then the last 2 things I'm going to touch base with it real quick. I might do a video on it. Possibly might do a video on it. We'll see what happens in the future. But there's a rumor and speculation going around that Sony PS5, they're going to be making a Last of Us Part 3. A trilogy. A third part of the series. And this time Abby's not going to be in it at all, which is great. Hopefully they, politically wise, they don't push any far leftist ideology bullshit and wokeism into there. Or SJW crap. I hope they don't do that, but time will tell. And then another super cool one, I'm going to be talking about maybe in a future video too, possibly this Saturday. It'll be super old news, but I think Blizzard or Activision thinking about making an anime manga series spinoff of Overwatch. So pretty cool ass news there. So I might do those videos on Friday or Saturday. And by the time that happens, though, it's probably going to be real old news. So let's jump into it. Stuff you want to hear about, Skullgirls. I know this came out Wednesday, Thursday last week. Or I did one. No, this one was a Friday, but I think it was Wednesday or Thursday when I first heard about the news. So I got to credit to my girl Veridark. I know she talked about it first. So I remember to leave the link of her video, and Revy said that's too. I'll leave the link to those two YouTube channels in the description box below if you want to hear them talk about it. So let's jump into it. Clutch Points. This comes from Jesse Rich Cortez from Clutch Points. Skullgirls review bombed over censorship. Fans are very, very much upset and mad. Fortunately, they got the right to be mad and upset because it's ridiculous. I'm only going to read half the article because I got to watch a movie. I haven't watched it on Friday, Saturday. I had to post it all the way till like Sunday or Monday. So unfortunately, yeah. It's better late than never, though. So if you're wondering which movie I'm going to watch, I know it's a super old-ass movie. Actually, no, it's that movie. I got pre-tickets to it. It's a real funny Asian comedic movie. So play some Skullgirls Encore 2 music. So let's begin. So it says Skullgirls fans are now review bombing after the game, after it implements a lot of censorship, and fans are not mad with the changes. It's from their official Twitter. Trying to do damage control. That ain't gonna work. As part of the global Skullgirls content update, we have adjusted several other art aspects in Skullgirls mode, second encore in the digital art medium, Copa Mendium, hopefully I'm saying that right, on all platforms. You can read the full details and rationale behind these changes here. And let's move on with the article. News headline. It also starts with the official Skullgirls Twitter accounts tweeted as part of the global Skull. I read all that. Full list of changes can be found on Skullgirls Heart. The Skull Heart forms. It's no small change either, does the adjustments of the removals over 31 items. These ranges from the changes to the color palettes to adjusting to the removal of the art gallery form, and from various changes for the illustrations shown under the game's story mode edition. Alright. That's all the little details there. You guys go watch on Twitter if you want to read it there. Game director Mighty Zug posted the reasoning behind changes, but they mentioned 3 things in particular that they changed. Allusions to real-world hate groups, character EX, not safe for work stuff, and agency of racial sensitivity. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, racial sensitivity kind of does exist. I mean, when I was a 90s, early 2000s kid, teenager, I experienced a little good handful of racism here and there occasionally. Granted, I was like 7 to 15, 16 years old, but I'm not going to deny the fact that racism and bigotry, yeah, does still exist out there. That's never going away. Doesn't matter how many times you try to change the laws and rules of this country, the United States or Canada or UK or Australia. I mean, even other countries too, even that have less racist ethnicities over there. I mean, they might have them, but maybe they don't get represented as much. That's going to be there till the end of time, until, you know, my personal opinion, I'm trying to throw religion in there. But I have to a little bit. Till Jesus defeats the Antichrist, nothing's going to ever change, in my personal opinion. Hold on. I had to sneeze there real quick. Let's continue. First, they talked about the Rainier family and the Black Egrets, which they admitted we were always intended to evoke imagery from an oppressive militant regime. However, they felt that they were manifested, most notably via red armbands, flags, and symbolisms, and were too close for comfort. As such, they removed the armbands from the Egret soldiers, which they also adjusted heraldry by the Black Egrets. I guess it kind of makes sense that they censored that. But then again, this is a non-existent fantasy land game. Maybe it might be have an inspiration based off, you know, WW2, you know, German, you know, Jenga Yahtzee sort of like imagery, but it has none of ties with it at all. Maybe like physically and visually it does, but not historically. It's inaccurate. Also goes on to say, it's no stranger to characters that confidently express their sexuality. In fact, a lot of players who were mad with the changes mentioned that it was freely expressed that sexuality drew them to buy the game or even support Kickstarter back in the day. However, developers mentioned that, quote, that there are instances for the game which the characters are fetishized and have EX impounds upon them. They particularly called this out and includes few depictions of unwanted predatory behavior, particularly towards the younger characters, unquote. The last thing that they talked about was this part. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. It might exist. In real life, it definitely exists. There's nothing you can do about that. But in video games, come on. That shouldn't even be a thing at all, period. That should be like some dust in the wind, like non-existent, period. My personal opinion. Racial sensitivity. He said that, quote, there are numerous playful references to pulpy themes that we feel respectfully allude to certain stereotypes, gay, sexploitation, VO pact. Despite this, that they were still some content that he, quote, believed the poor taste, e.g. references to racial that word, and big band's story mode. As such, they have adjusted it. I guess I had to probably got screaming from their boss, from the developers to change up. It's a bitch. I would like to see how it would look before, even if it's just a playful haha. Like that's how comedy was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. They used to bag and shit on other races all the time, but they did it in a joking comedic way. I don't think they truly meant that from their heart, because if they were truly a bigoted, racist, evil, nasty piece of shit and was trying to be a comedian, they probably wouldn't have lasted that long. Because these changes will cause a wide range of reactions from the games, as well as others knows to be observing what is going on. The common consensus among fans was that the people are mad that the game that they supported all those years ago suddenly changed in a large way. A lot of other replies to the tweet talked about the gaming losing integrity, calling out the fact they were censoring a very old game. And the others saying that the developers were, quote, wokeified. Oh, okay, I guess that's your W cancel culture shit. Workified. Or wokeified. Never heard it like that in the game. It's they're trying to appease other critics. And even more asking the refunds for the refunds of the game, saying that there is no longer the game that they bought from before. Yeah, so you guys can read the other two paragraphs here. Thoughts, views, and opinions on this World Pass. It's a slap in the face, kicking the balls. It's like you get dirt in your face, egg in your face. It's like you're eating sand from your mouth when I hear about this one. It's pretty sad, honestly. And this is a banger track. This is like the second time I heard this track, but it gives me a lot of Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer, Midnight Club, Need for Speed, Ape Escape music theme. So it's really super nice. I'm going to have to listen to the rest of this when I'm going out to the gym tomorrow. I'm definitely listening to this whole track. Chef's kiss, but to the real thoughts, views, and opinions. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like sexually, it sucks that they cover a lot of the girls, fun bags, their boobas, their real nice big breast. And they covered a lot more of it up than they were supposed to. That's real big pain in the ass. I hate to see that shit. It means they're probably going to make them less curvy. They're going to tone down their big breasts, fun bags, their hooters. Make chunchies up a little bit more, unfortunately. So there's that. So they're probably going to have way less sexual, lustful content, less Sentai, less R34 sort of, deviancy sort of like lustful, wordplay. That's probably going to be all taken away. And it's under new management. I heard they're going to do the same thing for the Guilty Gear series. I hope they don't touch that freaking franchise. I love the shit out of that game. I watched a bunch of Let's Plays on Twitch when I used to retro way back in 2012, 2013. And a bunch of Let's Plays for it on YouTube. The last time I watched one was way back in 2015. And plus, this game, I didn't even know Skullgirls was kind of old already. It came out in 2012 on Kickstarter. I thought it was a little bit younger because I didn't even know about it until years later, like 2016 and 2017. So 7, 8 years ago when I first heard about this franchise, and it's a shame. This shit's getting destroyed on the internet badly, and it's getting changed. But I mean, I guess the fanboys and fans that grew up with this series, I have nothing but admiration and a whole bunch of respect for them. They got every right to be upset about this fucking change. I really hope they don't screw up the other series either, Guilty Gear, because there's a lot of super pretty ass anime waifu girls there too, and for the girls that are straight. Nowadays, a lot of LGBTQI plus communities and gender fluid and binary people are out there. They probably want a lot more of their stuff to be woke and fucking SJW garbage completely changed. I don't know why you can't make their own fucking franchise. It'd be so much easier to do that, but that's all I gotta say for now. Links down below. Tarto sign. That's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Fanboys and fangirls, talking noise. I'll soon see you guys there. Good night, wherever in the world out there. Don't just play at the same times. If there's reckless, stay tuned for channel to channel. Good video game industry news, anime news, which is drama news, Elon Musk news, once in a while celebrity gossip news, and reaction reviews. Peace out. This is bye. Soon for the side. I'm out. Later.